just in case you ever forget what a hypocrite Joe Biden is and what a warmonger Joe Biden is, man, here's a stark reminder that happened on Twitter recently. This is such... So the author of this total dunk is Mike Prysner. Mike Prysner works with Abby Martin on the Empire Files. Kind of tough to say real quick, Empire Files. And is also the co-host of the Eyes Left podcast, which is a podcast by two socialists who were in the military and realize the scam that the military is. And now they do a podcast about it. They're helping out a lot of veterans with their work. Mike Prysner continues to do amazing things. And here's what he had to say to Joe Biden recently. This thread, I'm going to retweet this thread on my Twitter. And this thread should just be required reading for anyone who is considering joining the military ever, for anyone who is considering voting for Joe Biden or Donald Trump, for anyone who doesn't think the war machine in the United States isn't a catastrophic, disastrous problem that needed to end decades ago. For anyone that just passively accepts our economy of war or just isn't aware of it. We have a media that stays silent on it, so a lot of people aren't even aware that it's a thing. And hopefully that starts to change. Here's what Mike Prysner tweeted recently. So here's what Joe Biden tweeted. We're not going to watch his video. I don't see the point in that. But here's Joe Biden's tweet. As president, I would never send an American soldier anywhere in the world without the equipment and protection they need. We should not do any less for the heroes on the front lines of the battle we're in now. So Joe Biden right away, not promising he's not going to cause pointless wars. But when he does, don't worry. People will have the equipment they need. Well, is even that part true? Here's what Mike Prysner says in response. This is literally what he did in Iraq. I stuck books in my body armor because we had no armor plate inserts. And we had to put sandbags on the floor of our Humvees to have any protection against IED blasts. Our families fundraised from their own pockets to mail us adequate protection. Keep in mind the war budget. Most of our budget goes towards endless war. And it doesn't go towards the troops that are on the ground. So when people say this thing like, well, if you don't support our military budget, you don't support the troops. No, because that budget doesn't even go to the people who are on the ground fighting these unnecessary wars for rich people because they don't have a choice because the economy crushed them. It goes to the military-industrial complex, the weapons contractors, the Halliburtons of the world. It doesn't go to the troops on the ground. That's why they have to stick books in their boots. Took like 4 years of military families going crazy on the government after their loved ones got blown to bits in hillbilly armor, scavenged from junkyards before anything changed. And he references a headline here, soldiers must rely on hillbilly armor for protection. And it only changed because it was his PR scandal. Biden owns that legacy as much as Bush. Here's Joe Biden and George Bush next to each other. Here they are leading the rush to war in 2003. Not giving a fuck what happened to anybody on either side. Their only priority was doing it fast before it became politically untenable from domestic and international outrage. Good times, he says. Along with prayers, families send armor. Remember this Joe Biden or nah? And there's the Humvees and the bombs that blew them up because they had nothing to protect them. Puts my stomach in knots thinking about driving around like this. But just look at this shit, and here's a photo. People forget the generals and politicians sent us into a combat zone with literally nothing. We put sandbags on the floor to protect against IEDs. That's a thread written by Mike Prysner, who went off to Iraq and realized the scam that is our military-industrial complex and the scam that is our war machine. Pretty powerful stuff. And it's Joe Biden that presided over that with a smile on his face and refuses to apologize for it. He is right there alongside the Bush administration. And they want you to choose between war and war. Do you want endless war, or do you want endless war with a D next to its name? Do you want endless war with more polite rhetoric? Take your pick, pleb. Shout out to Mike Prysner for an amazing Twitter thread.
Get your news on with Ron. Don't you want to know what's going on? We're getting our news on today. Get your news on with Ron. Don't you want to know what's going on? We're getting our news on today. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You can tweet me an article at Ron Placone. We'll go through it together and make it our own. Get your